ready to deepen your connection with your audience? Well, what does that mean? We're going to talk about it. It's Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing. I am the solutionist marketer, and we assist tiny teams with increasing their impact. We want to increase your visibility, your profitability, and your sustainability. And we do that by setting up systematic marketing techniques that's going to help you drive leads and conversions on autopilot. So today we are over here on Behold Hidden Bridges. We come together Monday through Thursday over here in Clubhouse at 9 a.m. pretty much every day, right? And my co-host is Coach K. So make sure you stay tuned because she is here generally on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I come over for some more information on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, let's dive into deepening these connections. Why do we want deeper connections with our audience? The deeper your connection is with your audience, the better that they feel that you understand them, that you know them, that they're more likely to trust you, that you're able to make more impact in what it is that they're doing. In return, it's easier to make a conversion. Even if you're a nonprofit organization, when you have a deeper connection with with your clients, with your leads, then they feel as if I can trust you with my dollars. I can trust you with my time. I can show up, I can volunteer, I can do the things or whatever, and I'm going to trust that you're going to be able to help me. What does that mean? Well, I taught a class to a group of clinicians, and hopefully I said that right, a group of clinicians just the other day, and we dived in deep to this particular concept. Now, if you're needing help getting this done, then swing over to thesolutionistm.com. So I would love to help you out with this. Me and my team, we have some tools and guidelines and methodologies that we actually have set up that we've done with over hundreds of businesses and nonprofits and organizations and government entities and authors. And we would love to be able to do the same for you. So when you take the time to fully understand and know your audience, then you deepen that connection. Let's give an example. Can you remember when you and your husband first started dating, or you and your girlfriend, or just anybody in general? When you first meet that person and you're like, oh, they cute. So are the other 20 guys, right? Once that person approaches you or you approach them and you say, hey, let's go out, let's get to know each other, let's get closer, then what ends up happening is you make room to expand that relationship, to better get to know them. You get to know that, oh, they like fall better than they like the summer. That's what my husband likes, right? They might like their hair cut low instead of their hair being long. You get to know that, oh, they like to eat pasta instead of sushi. And so because you get to know this person better, you get to know what they like, what they don't like, and all the other things. It makes it easier for you to speak their language. It makes it easier for you to give them more of what they need or more of what they want, right? You also get to see what they need. So when you know what someone needs, you can do like some parents do. You can do like some people in relationships do, and they just say, "Well, you need to eat your vegetables, or you need to take your vitamins. You need to get a colonoscopy." You can do those things, and generally, what happens is that person is repelled by that. That person doesn't want to hear about it. When your mom or your dad or whoever the authority figure was in your family, whenever that person told you what you need to do, and they kept telling you, you need to do this, you need to go ahead and you need to go, what did it make you want to do? Well, why can't I figure out what I need to do? Why you got to tell me? It's like going to the used dealership, the car salesman. That's the thought that I always have. It's like going to this dealership, and as soon as you walk on the lot, the first thing they say is, you need to buy a Hummer. Well, thank you. But they haven't gotten to know you. So therefore, they're telling you what they want you to have, what's really good for them for you to have. And so there's no trust there. And even when you trust someone, but they're still telling you what you need to do, it doesn't yield the result that you want. I went through and I was taking my coaching license a couple of years ago. So I was going through all the classes and doing all the techniques and all the things and reading the book and all that stuff. And it struck me, well, my teacher, my instructor was a coach, certified coach, but he was also a certified counselor. So he had been doing this for a long time. I think even been doing this for a long time. Long time. And it struck me when he said the job of the counselor or in these types of settings and relationship, you want the person to have self-discovery. When they have self-discovery in your brain, it sticks with you more. It makes you feel like this is my decision. I get it, I understand it, and I'm more connected to it. What does that mean? When we have clients that are or leads that are coming towards us, or the audience, or everyone is looking into us and they're saying, well, I really want to get some marketing done, but I'm not sure. And if I say, well, what you need to be doing is making 5 videos every day and boo boo doo and shoot. Well, that very well may be good for the algorithm, but it may not be best for that person. So with Monica Michelle Marketing, we don't do generic marketing plans. What we do our best is to better understand our audience, or the person, our client that we're talking to. What do you do? What do you like to do? What are you willing to do? Because you're going to have to stretch and do something different. But what are you able and capable of doing? Oh, you have a team. Is everyone willing to do videos? Is videos completely out? Can anyone edit the videos? You do understand that raw videos are really good right now. So we understand where you are. And if you're a person that can't do videos, don't want to do videos, can't figure out how to do videos, struggling with videos, don't know what to say on videos, then okay, what we'll do is we're gonna put that over there. Recognize you do need to do videos in some format at some point, in some way, but we can get to that later. We need to get this ball moving today, right now. And so in return, how about we do this instead? Maybe we use AI to generate videos. Maybe you're willing to use your voice and we can put it on top of videos, or we can do slides with your voice behind, or maybe we do static posts. So we figure out what's best for you. And the same thing when it comes to you attracting and connecting with your audience and your clients. What you want to do is determine and figure out what they need. Why do they need this thing? What is the dream and the goal for this? But you also want to understand, why is this such an issue for them? Why is this so hard? Why is this something that they're just having the hardest time getting done? Why do they want to do this? Their parents, and everybody in their family have tried to start businesses and they just couldn't get it up off the ground and get it moving. They couldn't sell enough units. And so now they're like, oh, I want to do this because my family has not been able to get this done and I want to be the one to do it. Okay, great. Then you're able to speak to that. You're able to speak to the fear, but you're also able to speak to the future generations of what's to come. When you're making your videos, when you're making your social media posts, when you're making your marketing collateral on your materials, your brochures and your websites, you can include some of those things into your offering. When you make the best unique offer where you're the obvious choice, you're able to speak to those things in your emails. You're able to mention those things. Why does that matter? It matters because the more you show up speaking about what's important to them, speaking about what touches their heart and their soul, the thing that they're wondering and it's been bothering them and nagging them, the more likely that they're able to say, he understands me, she gets me. So take the time to deepen the connections, because the number way to go about doing that is to better understand your audience. The number one way to deepen the connections with your clients and your leads is to better understand them, what they want, what they desire, where they're going, why they're doing this, what they like, what they don't like. All those things are going to help you deepen the connection because you're able to use it in your language, in your messaging. You're able to show up in that vein. If your ideal client likes HBCUs, then why go to the university games and the university functions? No, go to the HBCU functions because you're in search of your ideal client. If your ideal client has an MBA and they work in that field, or they graduated with that type of degree, then why go to the events where they're helping people get their bachelor's degrees? No, that's not going to help you. Go to the MBA events. They have tons of them. If your ideal client, there's a term called crunchy. If your ideal client likes crunchy stuff, then show up in the spaces where crunchy people are, right? So you want to show up in the spaces and you want to speak their language, because then they can recognize you. It's easier for them to accept you, to embrace you, because they understand and they recognize that you hear them, you accept them, that you understand them. That's like one of the what is it? I'm going to say it wrong. The hierarchy of needs chart. Up at the top is everyone wants to be understood. And when we take that time to understand them and show them that we understand, to talk about what they want to talk about, they're more willing to listen. They're more willing to connect. There's many ways to go about doing this. And you can do it anywhere from doing social listening. You can do that if you join our Facebook group. We're going to talk a little bit about social listening coming up very, very soon. You can do that from having one-on-one phone calls. You can do that from showing up and doing some free events. You can do that from social media posts. You can do that from going on to Facebook, LinkedIn groups. You can go under comments, under posts on Instagram or even Facebook of where your ideal audience is and reading the comments to better understand. You can go on Amazon or other book or course places, read the comments and see the reviews because you want to understand them. Ultimately, if you want to serve kids, then you need to go where kids are because you need to understand them and you need to understand how their parents want their kids to be. So what does that mean? Maybe it's going and volunteering at a Boys and Girls Club. Maybe that is going over to a parent mommy and me group and connecting to come and take over, but it's to observe, to take in, to listen. Whenever an actor and actress does a role, and I find this to be so amazing and wonderful, maybe because that's a drama growing up, can you tell? But when they take on a role for something that they've never experienced or never been a part of, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll go and work or shadow or follow someone that is currently experiencing that or that has experienced it. Why did you do that? Why do people look at you like this? How's it looking like that? Why? Because they don't know what it's like to have cancer. They don't know what it looks like. They've never experienced it. So in return, they go to a cancer ward and then they experience it with the person. They want to be able to see it and to understand it and to connect and see how the people are responding to them. They want to see those things. This is the same thing that's true when it comes to deepening the connection with your audience, with your clients, with your audience to turning them into leads and your leads into clients. You want them to feel like you understand them. How can you do that? You get down and get shoulder to shoulder with them and you have those conversations. You get down and get shoulder to shoulder with them and you meet them where they are. That's it. You meet them where they are. They want to talk about the blue sky, but you need to talk about their teeth that are getting ready to rot and fall out their mouth. Well, they didn't come to you, you're going to them. So you start with having the conversation about the blue sky because you want to connect with them, you want to build with them. And so make sure you stay connected, that you stay plugged in, because next week we're going to be diving even more into these things. On Friday, we're actually having a session where we're going to be building out marketing plans with everyone that have joined us. How do you get in the room? Go over to my website, thesolutionsm.com, so you can, at the very top, it has a button there that you can click and register to join us for our next session. We want to get you ready. We want to move the needle. We want to make some progress. So I look forward to seeing you in the future. Hopefully you find this insightful. Make sure you share this with another business owner that may be trying to figure out it's just not quite clicking. It's not quite working. And I don't know exactly which way to go and what to do. And I look forward to seeing you on next week. You have a great day because this was another edition of Hold Hidden Bridges.